Welcome. I'm Ryan Rubenstein, Director of Athletics here at Barrington High School. Thank you for attending today's code meeting. In an effort to get a consistent message out to all of our athletes and parents, we will be addressing a number of items in this video. What makes our athletic program different from other clubs, travel, or AAU programs that are out there? Well, beyond the fact that they are businesses, we run educational-based programs and we strive in our programs to make better students and athletes in that order. This doesn't mean we're not competitive, but we are going to work hard and athletes are going to earn their positions on teams and in turn get playing time. Our goal is to win, but that is not the mission of our athletic program. If you ever feel we are straying away from that mission, please don't hesitate to reach out and let us know. As I mentioned earlier, this video will cover a number of topics, the first of which is the athletic website. This site has a lot of information on it that's really helpful to you. You access our website off the Barrington High School website and then selecting athletics. And there are drop-down features where you can access individual team pages. On those individual team pages, you will find schedules, rosters, and other great information. You can also find calendars on this page. This is where we have the entire athletic calendar for all contests. In the middle of the page, this is where you'll find our resource section. You'll see a number of links there, including Athletic Department Satisfaction Survey, which gives athletes, parents, and community members the opportunity to give us feedback on specific sports programs. Other links include our co-curricular code, our interactive wall of fame, trainer information, maps to other schools, and links to our booster organization. With all athletic participation, there is an inherent risk of injury. Our coaches and trainers do their best to limit injuries for our athletes. Here is Russ Shellhays, our head athletic trainer, with some important items for you to be aware of.
Hi everyone, I'm Russ Shellhays. I'm the head athletic trainer here at Barrington High School. I have 2 assistant athletic trainers that are provided by ATI Physical Therapy. Together with my staff, we're responsible for the school's 30 sports, which is over 90 athletic teams. We see hundreds of athletes, and we deal with hundreds of injuries every year. I just want to go over a couple things real quick with you. First, all this information and way more is available on our website. It's on the Barrington Athletics 8 to 18 site on the side under athletic trainer information, or you could just do a Google search for BHS athletic training, and it's one of the first 2 returns. There at our website, you'll find emails, phone numbers, staff bios, doctor information, what to expect following a concussion, doctor's visits. There's a lot of information there, so go ahead and check it out. We even have a web store you can buy sports med supplies. Couple things. If you go to the doctor, we need a note from the doctor. Doctor, chiropractor, ER. If you go out and see an outside medical professional, we're going to need a note releasing them back to our care with a diagnosis and a plan. Sprained ankle, out 7 days, or low back pain may return as tolerated. We need a plan. We need them released back to us so we keep that on file. They won't be allowed to practice or play until they have a note. So please don't forget that if you guys go see an outside medical professional. Also, concussions or mild traumatic brain injury is a huge deal nowadays in athletics. The district has policies and protocols in place. Teachers, nurses, counselors, everybody's involved in this. So we try to give them time and academic accommodations so they can heal. I please ask that you use those. A lot of people rush back too far and they can't pass the impact test. We baseline test every athlete at Barrington, which is a lot of work, but it's worth it because when they get hurt, we're comparing them against themselves. We ask for your patience. You're probably getting the brunt of it at home saying, I'm fine. They're not letting me play. And then you get frustrated. Please call us. We can explain exactly why we're doing this, where they are in the process. Please keep the lines of communication open if you have any questions. We are tasked with seeing hundreds of athletes every year. It's something we take very seriously. We can't thank you enough for your support of our program and what we're doing here. And I just want to say thank you and good luck this season and have a happy, healthy season. Thank you. Bye.
Our athletic trainers work extremely hard caring for all of our athletes. If you ever have questions for them, please do not hesitate to reach out to them directly. This is a partnership, and we need to work together on your athlete's health and well-being. Individual coaches will go over policies and individual requirements with you shortly, but there are some common things for all sports we would like to take some time to address. Participation in athletics is a privilege, but with that privilege comes expectations and responsibilities. Here is Coach Babby Barrero to go over some of the BHS Co-curricular Code of Conduct our athletes are expected to adhere to.
I'm Babby Barrero, Chairman of the Co-curricular Committee. I'm here to get you acquainted with the Co-curricular Code. Participation in extracurricular activities is highly encouraged but remains a privilege at BHS. Students choosing to participate in these activities bear the responsibility of representing their school both in the community and in other communities. It is because of this privilege we hold these students to a higher standard of behavior as a condition of that participation. The overall goal of extracurricular programs encompass the development of healthy living habits, discipline, leadership, teamwork, citizenship skills, and the respect for structure, rules, and responsibilities. Ultimately, the Co-curricular Code protects both the school and the students. The Code represents a basic guideline for handling violations so that students, sponsors, and coaches have a consistent and fair application of the rules and expectations. The Co-curricular Committee and its representatives handle these infractions so sponsors, coaches, and students don't have to be judge and jury. There are two ways to violate the Code. The first is the use or possession of prohibited substances. Some examples include drugs, alcohol, cannabis, tobacco, vaping, and e-cigarettes. The second involves prohibited misconduct. This includes several behaviors considered unbecoming. Some examples here include hazing, hate speech, bullying, any type of social media harassment, hosting a party, fighting, or vandalism, creating major school disruptions, or violating the BHS academic integrity policy. It is important to understand that situations involving both prohibited substances or prohibited misconduct may or may not result in citation or arrest. Either way, these violations may still be considered violations of the Co-curricular Code. Students and parents are expected to report such violations to their coach or sponsor as soon as the situation has occurred. Remember that because participants represent their school and community year-round, the Code is in effect 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Certainly all the details can be found on the high school website and on the athletic website, but should you have any questions or need clarification, never hesitate to reach out to me directly at bbarrero@barrington220.org. Students today work extremely hard at what is important to them, be it in a sport, a club, or in the arts. I urge you not to take chances with decisions that could jeopardize that hard work or that of your teams. Please remember that these actions do have consequences sometimes. Work with us to help students today make smart decisions. I wish you all the best this year. Thank you.
Just a reminder, the Code of Conduct can be found as a link on the athletic website on the right side under Resources. There are many aspects covered in the Code of Conduct, but I'm going to briefly go over a few specific topics of the utmost importance. The first of which is hazing. The definition of hazing is any action or any situation created intentionally that causes embarrassment, harassment, or ridicule, and risks emotional and or physical harm to members of a group or team, whether new or not, regardless of the person's willingness to participate. If you are not sure whether these types of things are happening to you or someone else, ask yourself these questions. Would I feel comfortable participating in this activity if my parents were watching? Would we get in trouble if our school, college administrator walked by us and saw us? Am I being asked to keep these activities a secret? Am I doing anything illegal? Does participation in this activity violate my values or those of this organization? Is this causing emotional or physical distress or stress to myself or others? If you ever feel that hazing has taken place, you need to contact your coach or me immediately. The next topic is hate speech. Hate speech is defined as abusive or threatening speech that expresses prejudice against a particular group, especially on the basis of race, religion, or sexual orientation. Hate speech has been on the increase for quite some time now and has no place in our programs. Respect must be shown to opposing players, coaches, and contest officials. Hate speech has not and will not ever be tolerated in our programs. Let's talk about social media and what you are posting. Simple thing to do before you post anything. It doesn't matter if it's on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, or whatever the next social media platform is. Think, pause, and rethink before you post anything. You are creating an image of yourself that you own. Liking, retweeting, reposting, forwarding is all part of this, And freedom of speech does not mean freedom from consequences. Think of it like this. Would you be willing to share that post with your parents or grandparents? Stay positive. It's not a place to be frustrated or angry. Negative posts about teammates and coaches can tear teams apart in an instant. Understand your post may last forever, not only the words, but your photos as well. You should be proud enough of your picture and your post that if a future employer or college recruiter were to see them, you would not be embarrassed or have to provide an explanation. Don't let one momentary lapse in judgment be the cause of you losing out on a job or potential scholarship opportunity. Academic eligibility. Here at Barrington High School follows the academic requirements of the Illinois High School Association. Students must be passing 5 full credit courses on any given week in order to be eligible. PE does count as one of those 5 courses. The eligibility list comes out every Monday morning, and you must be passing 5 classes at the time in order to be eligible to compete in contests that week. Student attendance policy. Student athletes must be present in school a minimum of 3 classes to participate in practices or contests on that particular day, unless prior approval has been given by the athletic office. Let's talk a little bit about parent communication with coaches. Participation in athletics may result in some of the most rewarding and memorable experiences of our student athletes. On the flip side, not everything turns out in the way that you, the athlete, or you, the parent, wish they would play out. At these times, discussions with coaches are appropriate and encouraged. Our expectation is the athlete initiates the conversation with the coach with the hopes of solving any issues or gaining perspective on a particular issue. If a problem still exists after that conversation, the parent should then reach out to the coach. Appropriate context of these discussions include treatment of your athlete mentally or physically, or a way to help your athlete improve, or if there are concerns about your athlete's behavior. Issues not appropriate to discuss with coaches include playing time, strategy, play calling, or any other student athletes. If any of this occurs, coaches are not going to have a discussion with you. If a meeting between the parent and coach does not result in a satisfactory resolution, you may call the athletic office to set up an appointment with me to discuss the concerns. Representing your team and school. Athletes represent their teams, school, and themselves when participating in athletic contests. It's important to realize you also represent those things when you're in the classroom, hallways, cafeteria, and in the community. Anytime you have something on that says Barrington, you are representing our brand. Respect is an expectation, not just for our athletes, but our coaches and parents as well. Negative chants or remarks are unacceptable and will not be tolerated. Be respectful of the rules, opponents, officials, and teams. Respect officials no matter how their calls are made. There's an official shortage right now, and we need to do anything we can to take care of our officials. Conduct yourself in a manner which brings pride to our school and raising. Although District 220 budgets funds for each of our great programs, many times coaches like to raise money to supplement their program. They may do this by following our guidelines and procedures established by the district, while also receiving approval from the athletic office. Please understand, though, there are no mandatory fundraising activities within our athletic program. We encourage athletes to participate, though, but by no means is it mandatory, and there are no consequences to athletes or parents for not participating. Thank you for your time in viewing this presentation and for your support of our athletic programs. Have a great season.